the debate, I call next Mr. Norbert Kleinwächter, Conservatives from Germany.
Thank you, Mrs. President, dear colleagues. This is a crucial debate and a crucial report because it's about vaccine discrimination, but it's also about mandatory vaccination and the discrimination against those who decided not to get vaccinated, who decided, no, my body belongs to me, and who weren't able to go to restaurants, who weren't able to take the train, who weren't allowed to leave the country, who lost their jobs, get the jab or lost your job. That was the most severe infringement on human rights that Europe has seen in decades, and we need to develop a very clear stance about that. And there's one thing I'm really disappointed about. Suna, you drafted a wonderful draft report that you gave into the legal committee. And then in the legal committee, you introduced amendments to your own report, destroyed your own report, and turned it around to almost say the opposite of what you really think. Who pressurized you? We are here to lobby for human rights. We're not here to defend our governments who've lied to us. Trudeau, Biden, Merkel, Scholz, Macron, they've lied to us. We are here to control them. And we are here to stand in for human rights, not for Pfizer, who's made billions and billions of euros hard selling its product on us. And that's why I ask you to approve of the amendments that I've brought in, because they will restore the report to its original version that you had brought in, Suna. This is especially important, as one of the main arguments for the COVID pass framework and mandatory vaccination is always the argument that it protects other people. But there is scientific evidence, Mrs. Leite, there is scientific evidence that transmission of the COVID virus is not stopped by the vaccine. And it came up especially clearly in the committee hearing of the European Parliament this week of Rob Rose, who interrogated the Pfizer executive Janine Small. And she admitted that the COVID vaccine was never tested for transmission of the COVID virus. The NHS data that we have from the UK show very clearly that no matter whether people were vaccinated or not, they transmitted the virus, they got infected, and they died from the virus. There is scientific evidence that the vaccination does not prevent the spread of the virus. And so we have to conclude, and we have to conclude clearly in this parliamentary assembly, that the right to life, the right to liberty and security, and the right to respect for private and family life were all infringed upon by the practice of mandatory vaccination, which is still ongoing, especially in health professions, and that they need to be abandoned instantly. Because of all this new information that's coming out of the European Parliament, I move to refer this report back to the legal committee, because we need this new information to really evaluate what the practice of the COVID passes and mandatory vaccinations were really about. Give us the time to adjust this report to reflect the truth.